Actually, we've been moved on this Tuesday, so the stuff is in and around me right now. So yeah,
Okay.
I have to
So
pick.
sorry, where did you move?
We moved to Kanata.
Canada. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
near
And where were you there before?
near the Bay Shore.
Oh, near the Bay Shore. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
my
Okay. Got
husband,
it. Got it. Got it.
my husband's workplace is somewhat near from here, so the reason we've been,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Got it. Got
yeah.
it.
But
Canada is a good place
yeah.
to live in. Yeah, I used to live in Canada for a couple of years. I lived there.
Oh, great. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah. So,
nice.
what part of Canada you are in? North, south?
Okay. I'm not exactly. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure, but I live in near Hungerford, near to the exit. To the
For 401?
yeah,
For, sorry, for
for
410 or?
yeah 410 exit of the.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like a
Okay. 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 Okay.
1.5 kilometer drive. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Okay. Got it.
this place is like kind of new, so I'm not sure. Shortly, I can't say I'm here.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it. Got it.
that's it.
Okay. How your day has been going with, I guess, probably with what you were saying with all the unpacking stuff then and everything else?
Yep, yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I have seen your message last day. After 2 hours, maybe 1.5 hour. Like till then, I was busy, and I'm just setting up for the interview and all of it. I guess William has sent me an email at 12 o'clock, but I have seen around at 1:15, 1:20 like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Okay.
when I
Okay.
came
Okay.
to know,
Yeah. Sorry about that. I have to do a last minute
yeah,
change that
yeah,
that something came up that I have to go and attend.
yeah, I
Uh,
understand. No problem.
yeah, so I'm glad we are here today.
Yeah,
So let me kind of jump in then, Shrija,
yeah,
to set the stage for what we are trying to do today. So first of all, this call is really focused on understanding what you have done so far, what your experiences have been, how those experiences align to what this position requires. And so I'll be asking a bunch of questions to understand and gain better understanding of what you have done. Secondly, I might ask some technical questions, which again are aligned with knowing your technical depth about things. Today's call is not really a technical call. If things go further, there will be a focused technical round in the office because you are based in Ottawa and we have our office in Ottawa, so we would like to have a in-person technical interview if things go well.
okay.
And um, yeah, that's pretty much what today's call is. I'll start with is I'll do a brief intro about myself, let you know what I have done and what my team does. I am the hiring manager, and then I'll jump on and start asking you, questions that to know you better. Towards the end, we'll keep few minutes for you to ask any questions that you may have.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
Okay. All right. So first of all, about me, basically, my name is Dipal, as you already know it. So I'm the cloud operations manager. I am the hiring manager actually for this particular role. I may manage a team of DevOps and the DevOps engineers. My team manages infrastructure. I should say infrastructure as code for various applications and product lines. We have a huge presence within public cloud, mostly GCP, but we do have presence within AWS as well. My team also helps the product lines in migrating applications to public cloud, supporting those migrations, helping to architect the migrations correctly, as well as deliver the projects or resources required through our automation pipelines. We also, not only just to deploy the resources, but also do the lifecycle management for those resources, support any issues if the application team runs into, and whatnot, right? Basically, my team, it's a small team of about 9 folks now, trying to, hire some more for these roles. But essentially, we have a lot of things that we do to support CPL with all the business critical application that we run, right? So that's pretty much about, again, oh, sorry, I think I didn't mention. So I come from a larger infrastructure DevOps background. I've done a lot of things myself, being also in the architect role at some point before I stepped in and started managing and took a management role.
Okay.
Okay, so that's kind of briefly about, you know, myself a little bit and the team, essentially what this role is about, what we do, what role we play in the larger organization. So I have a first question for you, which is a quick one, that this position does require the candidate to be part of a on-call rotation. Is that something okay with you to participate in the on-call rotations?
Yes, I'm absolutely fine with that because
Okay.
I've did that in my previous roles as well. So
Okay.
yeah, that
Okay.
would be a big
Sounds good.
challenge. Yeah.
Sounds good. Good to know that. Now, my second quick question is about, I'm sure you have gone through the job description.
Yeah.
Before we begin, any specific question you have from the job description or about the role itself?
Yeah. So can we? Okay, I would like to go after the interview. Is that would be fine
Okay.
or the
Yeah,
first?
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, this is more like if you have any quick
Okay.
things to ask
Yeah.
before I jump in, right? Before we kind of go with the interview, and so that's fine. Like, you can keep anything you have towards for the end of it,
Yeah. Sure.
and we'll spend some time to answer your questions.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay, so first question, Shurja,
Mm.
is about from your resume. I think I would need some help to understand. I see here you obviously have done your bachelor's and then you did your master's in US, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so which year did you complete your master's?
Uh, 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And since 2020, so like the last position you had was based in India, is that correct? This with CGI?
Yes. CGI
And
Hyderabad.
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I said CGI Hyderabad location.
Okay, okay, okay. And that you were there until 20 September 2023.
Yes.
Is it you are not working after that, or
Uh,
there is?
okay. I have migrated to Canada after that. In the month of November.
Okay.
So since then, I want to take a break actually, because I got married at that moment and I came to Canada. So
Okay, got
yeah,
it, got
so
it.
the reason I really want to take a professional break so that I can spend time with the family. And later on, I started searching in the market for my roles in the DevOps and
Hmm.
cloud data roles from most probably from April or mid,
Okay,
yeah, and at the
okay,
end of mid May, and yeah, that's how it
okay,
went.
okay, okay. One second, someone is pinging me. There's some little issue going on in the background. This is.
Sure.
Okay, sorry.
No, no problem.
All right. Okay, so that's okay. I got it. Now you migrated, and obviously a big step in life, getting married, and then
Yeah,
kind of now starting to look for a opportunity in the DevOps area, right? That's what your experience has been. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Good to know that. All right. So let's start with then. Uh, okay, hold on one second. Before I go to my next question,
Mm.
so after your you completed your master's, which you did back in 2018, you said, right?
Yeah,
And you held two positions within US,
yeah.
and you were working in US for those positions.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay, so let's start with your most recent, as well as you could use other previous experiences as well. So
Okay.
you understood from the job description what this position requires. Your resume talks about what you have done. Help me link these two things. I would like to know from you basically why do you think you are fit for this role, or how does help me explain to me how your skill sets match to what I need for this role.
Well, okay. If you look at my resume, it's like a long-term alignment with my long-term goals and responsibilities. So, where I have got more than 6+ years of experience in DevOps and in the cloud positions, and I was working responsibly for all over the years upon the automation of the SDLC life process. So, working with the application and working with the cloud formation templates, you know, setting up the multiple cloud environments and working with getting hands on different kinds of architecture. And I also worked on I can say WebSphere and Tomcat, a server Tomcat back starting of my career somewhere when I was working in back in India. Uh, so, so, and later on, I have stepped inside this automation because I have a zeal and a passion towards something I need to learn in order to progress myself, and this vice versa that should be also that should be helpful for the others. Something like my talent should be useful for the company. You know, I've been working, and at the same time, I have to progress myself. So, all with all this previous experience, uh, and starting from a bit a small I can say starting from the very low level tools and coming till the Docker and the Kubernetes, and working with the Jenkins file and different kinds of pipelines, and I was learning the work. And it each and every company I've been working on, and each and every project I was stepping in, that's really a very new experience for me, and I learned a lot. So I hope this all my experiences would be very much helpful for the company and for me as well. And I see it's a yeah, because I did where I went through the tails. So where I see myself, that's a good platform, honestly. So that's a reason.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you, from the job description, what did you understand the top, I don't know, top five skills required to be successful in this job, in this role?
Okay, the top five skills. Yeah. So where I think the first part would be coming under the cloud. So the Kubernetes, Jenkins, and the Docker, they plays a very much vital role out of these. And you said in the starting of the call, the cloud migration stuff is also going on. So it might be a multi-cloud, or else from the a normal on-premise to the cloud, I guess. So any could that comes under the migration part, right? So and I guess And like yeah, as I mentioned, the Docker, Kubernetes, the Jenkins, the cloud part. So these are the most utmost roles, the top five I can consider myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What experience do you have with cloud, right? When we say cloud, public cloud,
Mm.
what experience can you talk to me? What exactly have you done, you know, with cloud technologies? You can tell me whether it is AWS or Azure, and this is what your role was, and this is what you have done with these public cloud.
Well, when it comes to the public cloud, so I worked much upon the AWS so far, and
Mhm.
where I do have a hands-on experience upon the Azure as well, but not as much as considered with the AWS. So
Okay.
where I actually worked on AWS like Elastic Cloud Compute as and a virtual private cloud, and I was very much responsible, uh, for setting up working on the multiple locations and handling the end-to-end lifecycle management in the virtual private cloud, and setting up the APIs and lifecycle management for the applications, getting the approvals from the third-party stakeholders, and I'm also responsible for working with the containers, working with the life cycles, which is created over there. And so I was also working on the Docker files, building Docker builds inside that, and I was also able to push the containers to remote elastic container, working with the promotion, and also working with CI/CD, doing the blue and green deployment of the elastic containers and deployments. And that also, where that I also worked on the promotion of the code, all the way to the production system, handling with the CI/CD integrations inside that, working with the blue and green deployments while I was working with that. And
Okay.
where yeah, most of the basic services, I can say, where I was very much responsible for doing the rollbacks as well, of all. Where application runtime, like if at all, if there was a problem, we are responsible for working on those services in the application runtime and the deployments on the top of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
One second, Shrija, again, I have to just reply. Okay. All right. Um, okay, so that's what is a VPC in AWS?
Well, basically, the VPC is a virtual private cloud. It's nothing but it helps us to kind of run various subjects, say that with the applications. So, where we can actually go into the multiple subnets, where it can divide into multiple on the segments of the IP addresses assigned to the VPC subnets. So, it can be either a public or a private. So, we can yeah, we can also have a route table widget, how to traffic it routed with the VPC subnet is associated with the route table and the internet gateway, where that enables a communication, and yeah, and the NAT gateways that allows the instances to work on the private subnet. And also we can define a internet gateway, internet gateway, and that has been used to allow the instances for the services without exposing them on communication side, like apart it from also work it also working with exposing these on the application containers while working with the inbound and outbound traffic for a layer at a security and the subnet. Deeple, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, well, okay, I couldn't hear you for a moment.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
So I was talking about, so let's say I have a VPC, right?
Mm,
And I have my on-prem environment. Okay.
okay.
So I have applications in the on-prem, but now we have migrated some applications into AWS.
Okay.
One of the application needs to talk from on-prem to AWS, vice versa, right?
Mm,
So there's one application that needs constant connectivity between from the on-prem to the AWS.
okay.
What options do I have to build this or enable this connectivity?
Where we have multiple options
Mhm.
for doing this, where we can use the Amazon functionalities which was
Mhm.
available for doing that. So first we all have the Amazon customer gateway. We also have the VPN gateway, a dedicated line from cloud to optimize. So we also have a direct connect client which
Mhm.
is available as a part of that, so
Okay.
we can have a physical
Okay.
connection to the application. And apart from that, we can also have a customer endpoints, so
Okay.
from there we can define the endpoint connectivity. We can also have a direct connect with the network service, which provides
Okay.
a dedicated network from the connection to the premise on premise. So yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds
And
good, Shreya.
I guess we can also go with the Amazon, direct connect connections, like site to site VPN, establishing a secured
So why would I? What would be the difference that I could use a site to site VPN versus I would use direct connect? What is the use case difference between these two requirements?
Okay, I would say that direct connect is actually bit more costly, but when in that case it is used uh, to have a lot of data where you want to transfer to, and transfer to the cloud. But if you don't have a lot of data you're transferring from these entry into the cloud, so in this case you can do you can easily go and define the specific connection and the transfer on the cloud environment, uh, which are triggered there. And also we can define the transferring of data on applications, so we can define the specific cloud data environment. And apart from that, also site to site VPN. Yes, the site to site VPN that provides a secure encrypted connection over the internet, because of all these uh, premise network and your and the Amazon environment, so generally cheaper to set up, uses the public internet faster to deploy.
Okay.
Yeah. And also the
Okay.
bandwidth, the performance can be inconsistent to the internet traffic, and the latency and the lower bandwidth is also required. And the yeah.
Okay. So basically, then to answer it, what I asked is really it's about the performance requirement. If I don't have a lot of data, even,
Mm.
but if I have a performance requirement, then I could use direct connect. Is that the right way to say?
Uh, yes, direct connect, as if you have a lot of data, which means like a lot of transfer of a data, which is in terabytes of data, then you can definitely go with the specific integrations and say the
Okay.
application. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let me ask you then, how about like you applied for this position, and I understand you've been looking for DevOps role since you moved to Canada.
Yeah.
Uh, what do you know about Thales, right? Like, what exactly have you understood what we do?
Uh, where like it's been where I didn't Google it much on it. Where yeah, so it's like I can say it's like it's since many years. It's like it's been established since many years. So that's what I've seen, and developing some systems for the uh, some defense security and the aerospace some transportation markets, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
And I also went to, and upon that, the second factories, I'm looking something in Canada, in the Ottawa. So the reason, that's one. And where I never worked with such kind of a company earlier, because most of my companies are very much related to the service based. If you see my resume, the Deloitte, CGI,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. Right.
yeah, and health edge is something they do their own product, but I would very initial steps. You can consider me like a newbie at that moment in the DevOps, so I didn't got much chance to explore. And where Apollo Hospitals is something like a product based, so I get nothing but we are providing the service to that. So
Okay.
altogether, so at some point everyone wants to go in a different way, so that helps them to explore
Okay.
much better.
So, what is your long term vision? Where do you see yourself working with a product company like Thales, or I don't know, going back to a service based in like CGI service provider based, work environment, like, and also like what roles you see yourself going into, right? So, give me some understanding of what's in your head about you in the next 5 years.
Okay. Well, I see myself as like a architect, when someone who would work on multiple technologies inside that. And in the architecture, I would also be want to working with multiple service technologies inside the application. And I think that's one thing about, and also on that, working with the different like stakeholders, so working with the on a long term, setting up the something very much rated, the cloud orchestration, something architecting and designing, where I am very much interested to go further for the PhD side as well, but not right now, because I want to explore something in better way and in a precise way. Anyone can learn anything, but something who learn precisely, uh, I feel it's a worth it. So that's a reason. So I would like to study, and I would like to make others study, and I would like to progress myself and make others to get progressed. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'm kind of confused. I didn't really get the whole of. So you see yourself going into the architect role
Yeah.
on one side,
A totally
but you
technical
also
side.
see yourself going and obviously doing a PhD at a university.
Yeah, but not right now. Maybe in the long term.
Okay.
Yeah, it's after
Okay.
my architect thing. So in order to in order to gain more knowledge, so I have to touch each and every segment. So just being a developer and just going outside, it's not the case, right? If I'm not wrong, like
Mm-hmm.
I have to, yes, I have to gain the knowledge of what the high end hierarchy is been working on, and I have to be in a position where it should be in a designing position. So that all
So
helps.
let's say,
Mm.
okay, let's kind of put that onto you right now, and let me see, you know, let's say you are working with a team, okay, with one of our product teams. They are they have a traditional application deployed in the very traditional way of 3 tier. architecture.
Okay.
They are developing and containerizing the application. Okay. They want to understand from, let's say you are in that role as a senior DevOps, but also trying to wear and help the team as an helping them to architect the application in AWS,
Okay.
how exactly they would deploy a highly available containerized application, what services are the right fit. So it's a take it as a 3 tier, you know, application. What services would you recommend, and why would you recommend those kind of solutions? Make sure the application is highly available. It is publicly exposed. So let's see what your recommendations would be.
Okay, so we should have uh like yeah, for the load balancer, as I can say. Okay, so the highly available environment is something like we should have a load balancer as and the Route 53 for the DNS, and for and the load balancer environment apart, and also we should be able to look at the recommendations of the application, where we'll be looking at how the application is kind of added into the source environment, and also we should be looking at how we can route the traffic from application on the load balancer side, and we should be able to using the Route 53 for the DNS on a large configurations, and we should be having routing and high availability, and so that so like there should be some kind of DNS names, DNS names for that, and
Okay,
uh,
so I got it. Load
yeah,
balancer, DNS.
yeah, and the
Let's
database.
let's move
We
to
should
the
also
next
be
layer.
using some database and also some middleware applications, so the DNS, you should be able to add the customized routing so for the failover routing. So yeah, so we should also have a web tier for the load balancer, the content delivery network.
Okay,
Yeah, and
content delivery network. Okay, CDN.
yeah,
You're
and
deploying load balancer, CDN, Route 53.
yeah.
These are just services providing you feature set. But what about the application? What are you using
Where
for
we
the
should,
3 tier application?
okay, where
The
we
three
should,
components.
gotcha, where we should be also using an the application layer logic with the middleware, and also host on the uh, Amazon Elastic Beanstalk using the auto scaling groups, and also make sure we have customized the routing for the DynamoDB as well, and working with the additional components of security groups. And we should have a data layer which that where I can say, um, the multiple, yeah, and also the multiple zones for the high availability.
So you used Elastic Beanstalk for the application, and you used DynamoDB for the database. But I never said it's a NoSQL database. Maybe it is a SQL DB, which obviously won't fit on your DynamoDB.
Yes, yes, we'll be using these
And I,
applications of
I specifically said it's
DynamoDB.
a containerized application. Can you run containers on Elastic Beanstalk?
Where okay, by using, where we'll be using the applications for DynamoDB for no SQL, but I mean we can decide on the top of that. But uh, so okay, so once this is done, we can define the customers, this DynamoDB application of NoSQL services and promoted on top of API. So we can promote
No,
the
no, but
application
the
once.
application is using a SQL relational database. So I'm not understanding how. What are you using DynamoDB for? Okay, let me ask this
Yeah.
question.
Okay.
You're recommending DynamoDB. What for?
Where DynamoDB just using keeping in case of applications is having some kind of unstructured data like the user comments, but if it is not used by the application, so we don't need it. We can
Okay.
also use it for for the state locking of some of the S3 buckets, but then typically we can just go with like a SQL server for the SQL instances on a RDS, and yeah, under the for the under the state law and in the application S3 buckets, which are triggered during the deployment on the SQL environments. On top of this, yeah, on top of the SQL environments, I mean to say that.
Okay. And what are you using Elastic Beanstalk for?
Okay. Where we are using the Elastic Beanstalk so that we can actually go and run some of the microservices if at all it is required. So it is like some of the microservices which are added inside there. Uh, so it is required where we can just use some of the smaller functions to run them on the application, so we can also deploy the service triggers and orchestrate them.
So
Yeah.
don't remember, but I'm just going to ask. So can you run containers on Elastic Beanstalk? I said it's a containerized application.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
can you run containers on Elastic Beanstalk?
No, no, no. We can't. That I meant to say that I answered your question. So we cannot. We cannot because it is not possible for the Elastic Beanstalk to run where. We can run it on the Amazon Elastic Container Service, which is a fully managed container orchestration service. So that helps to run and scale the applications and the microservices on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you said first, Elastic Beanstalk. So when I said deploy or architect a solution for a three-tier application, which is the development team is containerizing the application,
Okay.
your first recommendation was Elastic Beanstalk. So I'm trying to understand, Shrija, like, did you were thinking something else to
Oh.
recommend?
Okay. I mean that was okay. You know, nothing. Like I just thought of um I just thought of just going with the the containerized, if it's running container is completely where we can use this Elastic Container Service. Uh, that's it. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay, all right.
I think
Hmm,
yeah, it's been mismatched with the Elastic Container Registry with the Elastic Beans maybe. Sorry for that, but yeah.
okay. So can you tell me, obviously, just when you were working at CGI, how do you handle a disagreement with your teammate, right? Let's say you are working in a group on something, on delivering a particular task, delivering a particular project item, and you have to develop something or for AWS, but you ran into an issue and you are discussing it with your team, and now there is a disagreement on how exactly this needs to be deployed. Can you help me recall a situation where you had such a disagreement on any topic, on anything relating to what you were working on with your coworker or with your stakeholder or your manager? What did you do? What was the outcome?
Okay, so basically in my previous project, I was disagreeing with one of the team member on whether to use the Amazon Elastic Container Service or the Amazon Elastic Kubernetes service for the deployment of the new microservices. So the team member has preferred uh, the Elastic Kubernetes service for its advanced orchestration capabilities, while I was advising for the ECS due to its simplicity and higher integration with another Amazon service. So, the first of all, I stayed calm and respectful, and I arranged a meeting with the team member and approached the discussion with a calm. Well, yeah. So I showed the respect for their opinion and acknowledged their expertise. So where I was able to understand the root cause after listening actively to their reasoning for preferring the EKS, I was able to value the flexibility and the control of Kubernetes offered at that moment and in the situation. So I was able to share my the rationale for choosing the ECS, emphasizing on simplicity and so so I can I think I also involved like a mediator, like my team member and architect of the team. So after that I was able to resolve the conflict between the open communication, email communication, and also involving the other team members, so that this is a kind of the one we took it all forward. I guess this is the one, the major thing that I remembered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My last question is like in today's time frame, we have so many updates happening on the technology front every single day.
Yeah.
What do you do to stay on top of those things?
Well, I go through the blogs regularly because where all these days I was, where I've been not, when I was not working, I was like, I'm very much cautious on it. So in just learning the what's going in and around the world, and at the same time in and around the technology I've been working and I'm supposed to work on. So where I prefer very much on the medium, if you where we get the blogs, uh, where whatever the question they have, there is some answer.
So can you tell me what's the last article and what blog you read?
Yeah, it's something on the DevSecOps one where I have something, my technology and my experience hands on everything on the DevOps side. And also, um, you know, where I'm not much into the security end part, where I want to learn, I just want to explore at least. So what happens inside? So I have started just doing it upon the Amazon account, implementing it, and it was like an on and off. That is a very recent
Okay.
one, and I have read about some new book actually related to the um, financial management. So that is
Okay.
also available, and something is like the women freedom in the Middle East, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's a
Okay.
yeah. So it has each and everything, not only
Okay.
related to the professional side or the technology end, but yeah. So I
Okay. Sounds good.
in recent days, Medium, I find Medium is like a very good it's like a very good source to just know the
Okay.
information. Yeah. And it's very
Sounds
great
good.
inside of a technological side. Apart from that, yes, these.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I know we have 15 minutes left. I think I have. I'm okay. I'm done with my side. Let's take your questions, and I'll try to answer to the best of my knowledge.
Okay. Sure. Where where I got a clarity upon in with our very first intro what you have shared, where the questions I do have is like uh so where okay for my first question is like on uh the collaboration and the communication part. So how you said it's like 9 members in a team, right? If I'm not wrong,
Mhm.
8 to 9 folks in a team. So like collaboration with the various technical teams is highlighted, as a key responsibility in the job description. So can you describe something, uh, how the structure of the team entails and how that cross functions the collaboration is facilitated, especially whenever. comes to given the geographically distributed nature of a company.
Sorry, you is it your question more on how we what we use from collaboration perspective or communication perspective, what tools we use? Is that what your question is, or what have we done to increase our collaboration and communication? Something like that.
Yes, the second one would
Okay.
be matching much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so yeah, I can think I'll use combine these two, but I kind of got the gist of what you're trying to ask. So basically, we do have certain collaboration and communication tools. That Slack is one of the most preferred one that we interact, the teams connect with each other using Slack, right? We do have global teams based here in Ottawa as well as in Czech Republic, and the guys use those collaborative tools at their exposure, like Slack, Teams, apart from email communications and whatnot. We do meet in the office. Obviously, this role requires you to be in the office 3 days a week, where being in the office, sitting close to your team members, obviously gives you the opportunity to talk, discuss things, and connect on any topic, where whatever issue is happening, or you want to get some KT on something, right? So certainly those things are in place. Apart from that, I usually have a touch point with the team every 2 weeks, where we obviously share any updates from the company perspective, but also touch upon what's going on, making sure we are uh, effectively and we are increasing our collaboration and communication within the group. We do also have daily stand-up calls because we are using Scrum, Agile, or the SAFe framework for our day-to-day work. So we do meet every morning for 30 minutes to discuss what are our priorities, uh, you know, share if there are any blockers, any issues that are going on. So all these combined things, right, help us to enhance our communication and collaboration on everything what we do.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Yeah. Okay. Well, and my second question is like within the JD, I've seen that this role involves much providing input to improve the scalability and reliability of the infrastructure. So, can you, if possible, can you just share any current challenges the team is facing in these areas and and the strategies that being concerned or implemented to address them?
Okay. Come again
I'm sorry.
with your question.
Okay, I'm just trying.
I understood scalability and reliability, and you're
Yeah.
asking what strategies we are implementing
No, no. What?
to address those. But where you said there's something in the job description. I didn't really get that part.
Okay.
What exactly, how you are connecting it to what?
Okay. What I meant to say was this role is focusing on providing the uh improving the scalability and reliability part of the infrastructure side. So what are the
Mhm,
current
mhm.
challenges the right now the team would be facing in these particular areas? So
Okay.
I'm just
So I think
asking.
if I answer that, it's difficult to answer
Okay.
without a proper context of it. But in general, I would answer it that I think this more really refers to the application architecture, what exactly the application, how exactly we have architected the application to make sure it is scalable, it is highly available, it is resilient and reliable, so that it can handle, whether it is from the perspective of a region failure or a availability zone failure in public cloud or in our on-prem environment, a specific data center failure, or whether it is increase in traffic or workload from the customer side that we could scale out. It really, it's difficult to answer from that perspective, but in general it's really ties to the application requirement as well as what the business really needs. So as an example, I could say, I could build an application which is multi-region, but if that is not what the business need, and this application only has customers within US only, and we just need the application to be highly available, then we don't really need to go crazy and deploy the application into regions like outside of US, right? So it really depends upon application requirements as well as the business needs of it.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I know that a big, the answer couldn't be in a one line as what could be the challenges, but yes, still. I just asked about the glimpse, so what are like what could be the outer end part? So thank you for sharing that. I'm very much keen to know what are the facing challenges. So the reason I came up with this question. And
Okay.
where
Yeah, I think if you're asking about challenges for the team, I'm really not sure still. How can I answer it
oh
in one line or in one word?
yeah, and
It all depends upon
yeah,
what our requirements are and how we are trying to architect a solution to meet those requirements.
yeah, makes sense. Well, as I mentioned
Anything
earlier,
else?
yeah,
Yep. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, as I mentioned earlier, like I'm very keen on continuing my, growing my skills. So, what opportunities does Tails in offer for professional development and staying current with all these emerging technologies in this particular DevOps field?
Okay, I can probably answer that in a single line.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, we do have a very, I would say, strong alignment with all the public cloud providers, AWS, GCP, to enable our engineers learn and grow, and tell us supports and not only supports but also highly encourages. We all the time are using probably cutting edge technologies like within GCP. We are all just now even starting to explore the use of AI as well. We also provide access to corporate Udemy. Like we have almost everyone in my team has access Udemy. So if you have access to Udemy, pretty much you could understand, you could look up and learn on any topic you want to pick. As well as I said, we have collaboration with GCP and AWS to enable. We do get training credits as well from them, and also align in-person training or sometimes online trainings directly from GCP or AWS.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. And yeah, that's all. These are the three questions, and those are in my mind, and I came up with
Okay.
that.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good, Shrija. All right. I think we are almost out of time as well. So thanks again
Yeah.
for your time.
Yeah.
And I'll share my updates and feedback to William, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.